D.
And Stacy D.
I am JP Craddock, and I am here with the wonderful Stacy D. Love. We are broadcasting here on KUAW Radio, which stands for Knowledge, Understanding,
And Wisdom.
and Wisdom. D, you got my ears on, and I can't turn. I need you to not scream because I can't turn these down. They don't have the volume, and I'm talking
Hey,
real
I think
low.
the audio is like on.
Lord. I'm talking
Everybody,
real
I know
low.
I already like have a very high pitched voice
my
and
God.
talk loud.
Oh my God. D, I don't know what's wrong with you today. I need you to talk real low like I'm talking.
This is Stacy. If you want me, call 855-911-2345.
Oh Lord, the sex line. Listen, you gonna have them men calling from our dating app experience. It took a while to get rid of them fools. So please
it
don't
was
stir
not a
them
good
fools
thing.
back up. D, don't stir them.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, coming up on the show today, we have our question of the day, and today we are going to be doing a lot of Q&A.
Ooh.
Yes, so we're going to hear some of the questions. D, do not jump in and start answering these questions immediately. Okay. Question: my teenage daughter has a reputation for promiscuity. I have no idea why she's so sexually active. With boys, she seems to barely know. How do I address this before she leaves for college next year and recreates this reputation there? Next question. I love my fiance and want to build a life with him, but I'm in my 40s and we've been engaged for 7 years with still no date set. I'm starting to believe that I'm never going to actually make it to the altar. I want children and a family. What should I do?
Hold on, JP. Are you trying to throw some shade on me or something?
On you.
Remember, I was engaged for 10
married
years.
somebody in a New York minute.
I was engaged for 10 years, remember?
D, how many husbands have you had, though?
Don't there you go. Don't make my business. But I was engaged for 10 years, everybody. So I think he's trying to like throw a little shade or something.
Okay, hold on. When you were engaged for 10 years, why didn't y'all get married? Why was hold up, D, that
What?
did I not say do not jump in
But
on
who's
these
doing
questions?
it? You're doing it.
Oh my Lord.
I just asked, were you trying to throw shade on me and you start trying to go all into the question? Come on, people. Someone called and be on my side. Our VIVs, please call and say, Stacy did not do it. JP, you did it. The D did not do it.
I specifically asked her to control her ADHD and
I'm like really on fire today, you guys. I had one of those, let me tell you, Hostess came back bigger and better than what they used to be.
Hostess?
Yeah.
Are we talking about cupcakes right now?
Yes.
What? Okay. What did
Like
you
I
have?
used to didn't like their zingers, but their zingers
you're
are good. Oh God, I think they got a different
Those have been
recipe.
good. The red ones?
No.
What'd you have?
The yellow zingers. Then
those aren't-
they done like updid their ho-hos. Not the ho-hos. The chocolate cupcakes that used to have the white little thing on top of it. Oh my goodness. They have done it with a yellow cake with the chocolate icing, and it's fire.
What in the world are we talking about right now?
So I just ate like a half a box of zingers. So.
Okay, and the sugar has kicked in with your hyperactivity.
Yes, because
And-
I was just in such a good mood and I'm just driving. I didn't even call my BFF. I'm just driving. I just passed the exit not once, but twice.
Oh, because you are hyped.
I think I'm high.
Yes. Okay, here's our other question.
Next question.
I grew up upper middle, and I'm going through these questions, listeners, viewers. As you hear these questions, if you have some feedback on them, please give us that feedback. And when the show re-airs during prime time this evening, still put your comments on, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook, and we will revisit it and read some of those comments. But here's the third one. I grew up upper middle class. My parents are very successful, and so are my siblings. I graduated college and have been working in corporate America. I make a 6-figure income, but hate my job. I love cooking and always wanted to become a chef. Should I pursue my true passion or stay in the profession that my parents funded my education for? And how do I tell them that I want to switch professions? It will not go over well. Okay. My 10-year-old has expressed that he's gay and that he wants to start living and dressing as a female. He goes to school with a little boy who has already started the gender reassignment process via hormone medications. I don't agree with this decision at this age. How do I explain this to him, or should I allow it? This last one we might not get to. If we do not get to it, I will answer this question on our YouTube and our TikTok page, which you haven't even seen.
We do have TikTok.
You ain't even seen the TikTok page, so you obviously have not been getting on there and answering questions.
So are you finna like really scold me on the air?
Yeah. This is what, listen. This is what, because I like TikTok. I done kind of figured out a little bit about TikTok. If I do a video, you can click duet and also respond and do a video, and it'll be both of us. And so if I answer this question on there, you can click into that video and give your answer.
Oh, okay.
Have your grandbaby show you how to do it.
She will.
Okay. My husband and I have fraternal twins, one male and one female, aged 15, who have started to talk to us about having sex. My husband seems to have a different attitude about our daughter losing her virginity than he does about our son losing his. I don't want either one of them to start having sex yet. How do I address this with them convincingly to delay the inevitable?
Oh, that's a good one.
It is inevitable.
Yeah, because I'm not dealing with it because I don't have to deal with it because my baby is 33.
Like, you got old kids.
But my twin grandsons are 15 and they're beginning to get the wandering eye.
Oh.
So this is going to be very fascinating.
So some young ladies are checking them out.
What is scary, and I know we're not supposed to go this right now. What is scary is that, and we're going to really touch on this on our old school parenting and new parenting. My grandsons are very handsome. And I cannot believe that mothers are bringing them to their father's home, because my son has residential custody. So they stay with their dad. And mothers are just
dropping off their daughters to come in there and do what they gonna do.
They're not even coming in to like meet my son or anything. They're just
coming in through
off
the back door.
Well, he looks.
Oh, you mean the parents aren't coming in to meet?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, they don't care. Oh, when I experienced this years ago, one of my sons, we were having a birthday party at the house, and we made it clear, don't have your friends getting dropped off. We need to meet the parents, because it's a liability. You know, you got a bunch of teenagers in your house, something happened, next thing you know, somebody's suing you because they like, this happened to my kid at your house. No parents, only one parent was willing to do. The rest of them parents, they wasn't even fully stopping the car. They slowed down, pushed their kid out the car, and was peeling out. I'm like, we made this clear. Parents, they didn't even care about the environment that the kid was going to be in. For all they knew, we up in there smoking meth.
Alcohol, everything.
The kids are drunk, we drunk. They didn't know. And so, fortunately, the kids wasn't drunk and we wasn't drunk.
Exactly. Well, no, y'all might have been drunk upstairs.
We both be drunk after having them kids in our house.
Exactly.
Like, please give me a shot of something. But I thought that was crazy because I would never imagine just dropping my kid off at some strange person's house.
I couldn't even go over to no one's house.
No.
As a child.
Because there's freaky people there. And they'll do horrible things.
I could go over there for a little while and then no, I couldn't. I had one friend and I could go over her home and that was it, one. And that was in middle school.
Yeah.
Junior high school, we used to call it junior high school. So that means I was like in the 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah,
before I could go over anyone's house, even my relatives.
Horrible things happen.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting topic when we discuss old parenting versus young
new parenting. Yeah.
Because
so maybe we need to bring in another parent because you're like in the middle.
I'm an old parent.
No, you got some of them middle ways. You let Sasha get potty trained till she was 5.
Whatever.
Sasha don't have no bedtime. I mean,
you know what?
What?
I hadn't thought about it. That is on the modern parenting side.
You in the middle.
When I initially was saying I wanted us to do a show on old parenting versus young parenting, I was more so talking about I hadn't even thought about that. I was more so talking about how the lifestyle that a kid has if they're born into a household with old parents compared to the lifestyle.
Well, hell, we had a whole different outlook on how this was gonna go. So yeah, we're gonna have to 86 this one.
No. No, because that's a whole nother subject area. We can still do that. What you are wanting to do is old school versus new school parenting, which is different. And I do want to do that because you've done the research and you've gotten all this feedback, and you just pointed out that I apparently have some new school
parenting ways. Exactly.
That I wasn't even looking at it that way.
Okay, JP, I got a question because I
don't even whoop my baby. That's new school parenting.
That's new school parenting. Well, here the funny thing about it is that, I'm 53 years old. I never got a whooping as a child. Never. I never got a whooping because I was pretty smart, that I knew that the look.
I didn't get a whooping past the age of 8 because
you got smarter.
I was a quick learner. I was she's clearly not playing.
She's not playing,
and I don't like all that.
And I had an uncle,
but I got whoopings with switch. Go get a switch off the
tree.
Yes,
but I had an uncle that was 10 years older than me that lived in the home.
And was still getting them.
And he was still getting them.
Because he was a heathen.
And it was really funny because I remember my great grandmother told me, she was like, "You are literally my 3rd generation. I am not messing up with you."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because she raised her own children. She raised 2 of her grandchildren. And then she raised myself, and then my brothers came later on.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean,
she was raising kids her whole life.
Her whole life. Yeah, she never worked. And yeah, and she said, I refused to, literally I went to private schools and things of that nature. So she really tried her best to just pour more into me, not just the love. She was most definitely a loving lady.
She was doing some new school parenting though.
New school parenting.
And that's back in the day.
That's back in the day, in the 60s.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're still gonna do new school versus old school parenting. Okay, and we'll later do something about the lifestyle, because think about it. You became a parent at a young age, and so you know what the lifestyle. If it would have been just you and your kids, you know the lifestyle they would have had back then compared to the lifestyle that they would have if you had them now.
Oh, hell. I have a nanny.
Now.
I would have a nanny.
Because you're in a position where you would be able to afford a nanny.
Then they will say, you didn't love me.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about is depending upon which stage of life a child
that is
born
good, JP.
in,
That's good.
they will have a different lifestyle.
They most definitely will.
And so, my nephew who lived with me off and on back in the day when I was living in this tiny 1-bedroom
On the plaza?
It was on the plaza, but it was a tiny little. I was working at the mental health center.
But you was still living on the plaza and driving a Trans Am.
Okay. Okay, but I still was broke.
Because you paying that plaza rent and paying that Trans Am payment. And then if I remember, you went from a Trans Am and got your first Benz.
Okay, I guess technically it wouldn't be considered broke. But compared to when Nadine and I had our boys and would spend $200 every weekend on entertainment.
Easily.
$800 a month was our entertainment budget.
Entertaining.
My nephew didn't get that.
Guess what? $800 was a little bit lower than what your rent was back in the day on the plaza. But we got to understand the times, though. You understand, everyone?
True.
Yeah. $800 for rent was a lot back then.
Yeah. So that's a totally different show.
Different show,
okay,
yes.
So we're going to cover both of these shows.
Yeah, and they're going to be fun, too.
Okay, let's get to our check-in. What's your check-in, D? Because I got a good
one. I think I did enough
you
check-in.
did yours on ho-hos.
Yeah, I did mine on ho-hos. And the 1-800-855 number in.
Okay, here's my check-in.
Cool.
I called the Missouri Department.
Stop.
D. What are you screaming for? I
just remembered something.
Oh my God. She has on my earphones that have the volume control and she's screaming. What? Would you?
I like to wish my best friend, my best friend.
Yes.
This is like my sister friend. Joe and I
my sister.
That's our sister. Terry, the entrepreneur, Spruce, Chick, Mason. A glorious CEO, CFO, founder, everybody. Hey, she's my girl.
Yes.
Mason.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We got all the texts yesterday talking about it's my birthday tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow.
She's sending out cartoons or whatever the videos was. I'm like, what in the world? We will be celebrating tonight.
Yes. Happy birthday, my sister. I love you.
Yes.
And you better be watching this show because we're not going to say nothing either. We're going to see if she's going to watch the show.
She's not watching the show. She's not watching the show. Who was that? Did you hear that? What was that? Okay.
I just think that we were the only one that heard it.
No, I heard your name.
I did too.
I might be having an auditory hallucination.
Well, I was right there with you, yes.
Okay, that's actually called shared psychosis. Okay, let's talk about this really quickly. Because I will sew in some mental health. There is a such thing as shared psychosis. In families, sometimes you can have a psychotic family member and shared psychosis will take place. And another family member will end up having that psychosis also. It's bizarre. And it's not because of the genetics behind the psychosis. I know that some people are like, because it's in their genes.
It's the crazy gene.
Yeah, the mama was hearing voices too, and the daddy and the grandma.
So
somewhere.
Everybody don't hear the voices.
Me and the D just had shared psychosis. We both just had auditory hallucination, or Mr. Walker screwed something up.
Our engineer. He's gonna get fired again. But you know what? We're gonna make a New Year's resolution here in September that he's gonna get better. We're gonna send him back to training. That's his his corrective action plan, his CAP.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Real quick, Gerald.
Do your check-in.
I know I really want to check in, but I really got scolded from my children the other day because I think I did a bad honey thing. So I just really want to bring it to you, and you tell me how you think about it. Okay, so my granddaughter, which is my mini me, sometimes I have to check her because her mouth is a little bit too much. And
she's the one that comes into the stage.
Yeah, and my old school parenting was she gets it from her mama that her mom used to get pop, and she'd have on braces. Pop.
Oh my Lord.
Pop, pop, pop.
Okay.
So that's old school parenting. So I'm trying to be in the middle. I'm not gonna do new school because my daughter just be like, baby, don't say things like that. You shouldn't talk to me.
Oh, she's new school.
She's very new school.
Wow.
Very new school.
She
very
don't pop her baby.
No, she doesn't, because she got so much pop from me, so she refused to pop her daughter.
Okay.
So anyway, everybody know I'm always doing work, because I guess I am doing check-in. I'm always doing work wherever it is. I'm always on my phone doing work.
Because we're self-employed.
We
work 7 days a week.
24 hours. Okay.
Throughout
18 hours a day.
At least.
So I was taking her to dance because now she is a dance teacher, a dance instructor now.
My
granddaughter.
Mm-hmm. Your granddaughter?
My granddaughter is, for the 2 and 3 year olds. Yes.
Oh, that's
so I'm telling the lady, hey, you can meet me at the Chrissy's Dance Academy. I'm in a Slate Mini Cooper. Da 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 da. Hang up. I should be there about 5:15. I hang up, honey. Can you not do your business on the dance studio property?
Wow.
And I said, look, girl, who you talking to? who in the heck are you talking to?
I'm
I don't
surprised
cuss.
that she said that.
Her mouth, I can't say it's very.
It made you want to
flip.
return to cussing.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I can't
used to
say that
cuss
she
real well.
Yeah, I can't say that she tries to be smart, but her and her mother has a certain type of relationship, and her mother is real big on hers to voice your opinion.
Free expression.
Yeah, free expression, voice your opinion, and I'm all with all that. And I sort of raised my kids halfway like that. And I was like, it's not like I'm doing a drug transaction or nothing. I'm handling business to help pay for this house where you live at for free.
Right.
So this is how I go with it, right? And then she's like, well, can you at least go on the side of the building? So I'm really like,
why did she have a problem with it?
I don't know.
Tell me again, what did you say? We got to figure out why the baby had a problem with it, because you don't pop them until you fully understand they're tripping.
Okay.
What did you say that she did not like?
Okay, everyone. This was work from the home health agency. So the lady finally called me back, and she wanted to be an employee. And she lived in Wyandotte County, so we were going to Wyandotte County because that's where the dance studio is. And I was like, well, I'm not at the office. The office is closed. It's after 5 o'clock, but I still do business. She lived on 76th Street by Big Lots. Well, we're going to come in the middle, and you can meet me right here at Chrissy's studio, which is on 64th and Parallel, which is most definitely a great dance studio. And that was the problem. I guess she thought I was gonna embarrass her or something.
Really? By meeting with that was regular business.
Her thing is about I work all the time.
Now it makes sense. It wasn't because you were crossing boundaries and mixing your business with her little baby business.
Your baby business.
She wants your undivided attention, and she
was going to be out the car and in the studio when I got ready to do the application.
Is it possible that she thought that was going to take some attention or time from her?
No. Because I literally, if I do talk on the phone when she's in the car, because that's honey time. So if I do talk on the phone, it's very short. Or if I do talk on the phone, it's because we beefing.
You answer your phone every time it rings.
Yes, I do. But I might have the conversation really short, though, because it's honey time. Okay, so then I was like, you are very disrespectful. Some things that you think you should not say. And I was like, and it's hard to say this, but I said, I said, you know what? I never have this problem out of my twins, so they're better than you. So you need to take on some of their ways and be a better granddaughter.
Your whole response was new school grandmothering because
because I want to pop. Who the hell you think you talking?
That's old school. Old school is who the hell you talking to?
And I did say that.
But
I didn't go in the back seat with the plop plop.
You were sweet about it though.
No, I had a little attitude with it when I said it though.
That sounds new school.
And I believe it was new school. But my children got upset because I was
checking her.
Well, they got upset because I was saying that the twins is better than she is, but I didn't say that. I said the twins are more respectful to me than you are, and you need to take on some of their ways, not all of their ways.
Which was not comparing them in a manner.
But they think I was comparing them, but I said I wasn't. So then I got to the point.
They think you chipped at her self-esteem a little bit.
But she didn't, because her self-esteem is over the top.
Clearly.
And so then everyone, guess what? I had to go to old school when my children came to try to check me. I said, I don't give a hell what y'all say, because guess what? I'm y'all mama, so leave me alone. And I hung up on everybody.
Because it was time to go old school with them.
Yeah, it was time to go old school with them.
For bringing that to you.
Yes. Even though
Was her feelings hurt?
Probably, because then let me tell you what the little wench did. She get out of my car. And I'm taking her to her job. She gets out of my car because her mother's at work, so she can't take her. And she gets out my car and don't say bye, honey, and slams my door. Old school. Let me tell you what old school would have done. Would have got out that door, out that car, walked up into that doggone that studio and grabbed her back out of there. Okay?
I had to take my earphones off because she's getting worked up. Listen, I'm still wondering, is it possible that she thought she was looking out for you because you work all the time and she does not want you working all the time? And you be answering the phone during honey time. Because I turns my phone off. When I'm with my baby, I have lunch with my baby from 3 to 5 every day. We have a 2-hour lunch.
A 2-hour lunch?
Well, I'm self-employed. And from 3 to 5. Now, sometimes I will have some business to take care of, and so she's watching one of her little shows or something. But when she is like in my face, like, hello, this is our time, I turn it off. And 3 to 5, because a lot of other businesses close at 5. If I don't deal with some things between 3 and 5, because I'm in session the rest of the time,
exactly,
I'm just not going to get it done. But let me think, is this new school? That's new school.
That's new school, because was not going to take off of work for 2 hours and have lunch with my children. I'm not going to do that.
No, I'm talking about you answering that phone. She's sick of you answering that phone, D.
No, I think she thought it was going to be somebody I think she thought it was going to be a bail bond or something. I don't know what, because I have taken the grandchildren to the bail bond places.
And you'll ditch somebody for a bail bond.
Okay, it's been 10 years. We're not doing this.
Because she will leave your wedding. You ain't even said I do barely, and she's gone.
I was in the reception. I was in the reception.
I had barely said it. I just got through. I'm just saying it's possible. Did you talk to her to figure out?
No, because when I picked her back up, she was very apologetic. Because I told her mama and her daddy that I wasn't picking her back up. Tell her the grown woman to find her own way home.
You cannot leave a baby walking through Wyandotte County. She would have made it home.
Well, you better watch out how. Well, I done kicked her out my car before.
Not in Wyandotte County. I know you did.
Yes, I did. Right there, Snapchat, whatever it's called, down there on Parallel.
And drove around the corner and watched.
No, I stood right there.
Okay.
I kicked her out the car with her dance bag. It always happened around dance.
Ain't nobody leaving their kid in Wyandotte County though. So
I did. I stood there. Though.
So-
I sit there and watch.
before y'all think
She
about
was crying
Hotline
and
and
everything.
the D, before y'all think about Hotline and the D, she ain't gonna leave that grandbaby in Wyandotte County totally by herself. You know it.
I didn't. I was sitting right there though, but I was really upset with her. So I was really told him y'all need to find her another way. Okay, well we better get on to what we need to get on to because we're not gonna have time for nothing. We just had a little catty chatty today, I guess. Come on.
Yes. Okay, here's my check-in. I called the Missouri Department of Revenue,
Oh God.
which is the tax fools. Okay. Mm-hmm. I had to call Uncle Sam. Well, Uncle Sam is the IRS.
That's Uncle Sam's brother.
The state is what?
His
Like
brother, his little
Cousin
brother.
Sam. That's Cousin Sam.
Cousin Sam. Okay.
I called Cousin Sam. And I called because I thought they made a mistake on my tax bill.
Did they give you some money?
No. I'm self-employed. They never give me money. I always owe money. And so I called and I said, ma'am. They said, yes. I said, I think there's a mistake on my tax bill. And she said, okay. I said, my bill is 3 times larger than it was last year. Clearly there was a mistake. So she said, please hold. So she goes off and she comes back and she says, yeah, your income increased. I said, yes. I said, ma'am, because I'm real sweet when you're talking to tax people because they'll audit you and I ain't got time for them kind of problems. I said, ma'am, my income increased by 33%. This bill increased by 300%. Clearly, there's a problem. There's a mistake. She said, no, sir. You're in a higher tax bracket. I said, you mean to tell me, and I know America is ruthless when it comes to these taxes, but you mean to tell me that if my income increases 33%, then my tax bill is going to increase 300%? And the heifer said, yes. And so I proceeded to say, what kind of shady mess is that?
But you didn't go there.
No, I said a little more.
Now you're gonna get audited.
I'm probably going to get audited because I was
And listen,
livid.
I was just trying to ask. I need somebody to do some behavior and
I was
no, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Actually, I'm about to quit the radio station because I do not want to be affiliated with you at all.
because you could get audited.
I could get audited.
Let me tell you. I said to her, I said, only in America. I said, rich people get richer and pay less in taxes. The middle class supports this entire country, and you are telling me that a 33% increase in my income, my bill is correct, that it is 300% more. She started getting a little agitated and she's like, yes, sir. And then she said, I know it doesn't look right, and I did double check it because it didn't look right to me either. That made me feel better. Don't act like I'm crazy. Don't act like I'm crazy. And so she's like, but I double checked and it is correct.
And you have to pay that city tax also, don't you?
I didn't call them. I just went ahead and paid them.
I don't like them.
They're more ruthless to me. Kansas City is.
They sued me.
They have sued me multiple. They sued me last year. They have sued me multiple times. Let's explain. In Kansas City, okay, self-employed people, we don't have an employer pulling our dang taxes, okay? And so we're supposed to pay quarterly. I confess that I do not. I have said on
I
the air,
do.
I have said on the air what I do.
Just FYI, if y'all, in case y'all want to come for me, I pay quarterly.
I don't pay quarterly. I invest that money in the stock market, earn interest off of it, and then pull it.
And that's why he had a 33% increase in his income. And he paying 300% back.
The city sues you. They sue all the time. But you know what? I don't even get scared when they sue me.
I know, I don't either. I used to, but I don't now. I just be like, okay.
I don't show up at court. I'll be
like, can you just give me a payment arrangement? What's the payment arrangement?
I'll call them 3-4 weeks after the court date and be like,
really bold.
Apparently y'all sued me again. What's my bill? And then they'll tell me, and I'll say, okay, I'll pay it. And that's it. Like, and then the last time I said, I need y'all to stop suing me, because if you would just send the bill,
they
don't send the bill. They send you the bill. Mm-hmm. Then why are you getting sued? I'm not getting the bill. I don't recall getting the bill. I get the letter saying we suing you.
Maybe that's what I get.
That's after it's too late.
Yeah, but then you get all those interest and late charges on it. It's double the amount, and they don't like to negotiate.
But if they would just I said, would you just send the bill? If you send the bill, I'm going to pay the bill. You all send me the notice that you're suing me. I said, let me pay it. But the state, 300%, I had to call them. I said, no, I got to call these. We need a little button we can bleep ourselves.
I know, right?
So that then our
he
listeners
cusses and I don't
love to cuss. Our listeners, because I hardly get to cuss because I got a 3-year-old.
Oh, guess what, everybody? That's new school parenting.
I don't cuss in front of my baby.
That's new school parenting.
Oh no,
because old school parenting, baby.
Yeah, but that's easy for me because my mama didn't cuss.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't cuss. She'd say a damn and a hell.
A cusser.
If she said damn or hell, we start running because it's like, ooh, it's switches time. It's switches time. Go get the switch. So yeah, that's it. Okay. So here's what this made me think about. The question: why do I continue to vote on the Democratic ticket when I, as a self-employed person who pays self-employment taxes, get screwed with taxes? Would you stop your Republican clap for just a minute, D? And
I vote on the issues.
Here's the answer that I came up with.
Let us hear that you're finna change your party.
Because the Democratic ticket supports all the policies
that's a negative
our people benefit from the most. Hold on.
That's a negative.
I'm not through, D. Here's the reason why. I, as a therapist, up until the last 2 years, the majority of my income has come from seeing Medicaid clients. That is a Democratic policy put in place by Democratic voters. Republicans have never been in favor of it. When I worked at the community mental health center with 83 clients on my caseload, 95% of them were Medicaid clients. That entire mental health center floats on Medicaid dollars, and everything that I own, from my vehicle to my homes, everything was funded from my salary that came from Medicaid dollars. Only since the pandemic did I stop accepting Medicaid, and it's because last year they cheated me out of $10,000, and that ain't the first year that they did me dirty. But I still have a pro bono caseload. So that's the reason why. And I thought about this. If Oprah got about $3 billion. If Oprah can remain true to policies that support poor people, who am I to jump ship? I would rather call and fuss with the government about the taxes than vote on a ticket that could affect my people. I can't do it. Even as a foster parent, all of that money is Medicaid. When I was in school, if I'd have known, I didn't find out till after I graduated from undergrad that I could have been getting some dang food stamps. I was just going without food. I graduated and found out, man, I'm gonna miss my food stamps. What food stamps?
What food stamps?
Y'all fools was getting food stamps? Is that why y'all always had food? I was trying to figure out why some of my people had food when we was in college. I was like, how are they eating? That's how they was eating. So yeah, you know, I'm a Democrat, but 300% increase, whereas rich people, because Donald Trump ain't paid taxes yet. And he's getting sued now for committing the crime, a new lawsuit, committing the crime. He was selling property, fraudulently saying that it was like 3 times the size it was and inflated the value of it, and was selling property for like an apartment for $30 million. And he has gotten busted. But this man ain't paid no taxes in ages. But the middle class, because all these programs, I build Medicaid for years, but I pay a lot of money into it. Okay? I'm paying my own damn salary. All of those programs,
and you cheating yourself.
Rich people are not paying for those programs. I need for the world, the nation to understand. Rich people are not providing you with food stamps, providing you with what's that where you don't have to pay the rent, and it's the Section 8. All of that, middle class dollars fund all of that. So I'm mad about my tax bill. Okay, we need to get to the question.
Are you still a Republican? I mean, still a Democrat?
I'm still a Democrat.
And okay, and everyone, I just want everyone to know.
I can't turn on my people.
And I don't believe in that. I am really, I'm a Republican, but I vote on the situations. I'll vote on what's happening, how is it going to look for me and my people. And I vote on a situation and what's going on. And also, I mean, I do a lot of research when I get ready to vote. And I vote for everything because I want to know what's going on and who's going to represent me and mine. And I also make my children vote, which I don't know if they vote or they just lie to me.
D, you better be careful voting for them Republican candidates.
I'm not ignorant and vote Republican. I don't do that.
Here's the thing about Republican
there's sometimes
policies.
I vote Republican, sometimes I vote Democrat, sometimes I vote conservative. It all depends on how I feel, how this is going to benefit.
I have a message for the hillbillies. I can't see him.
I'm not going there.
Mr. Walker, where'd we go? Oh, there we go. I have a message for the hillbillies. Because hillbillies love Donald Trump because he's a racist. But they vote for him because they think that his tax cuts and things benefit them. If you make under $500,000 a year, you are not benefiting from any of those policies.
Actually, we did benefit a little bit with a couple of his policies. My 401k went up. It was a couple of things, but it was not meant to benefit me though.
But my 401, my retirement went up when Obama was in office, and I have never. The most money I ever made was when Bill Clinton was in office.
I can't even remember that far back.
That's the last time the country was in a surplus. This country has been broke since Bill Clinton left office. Bill Clinton is the only president in our lifetime to get the country out of debt and have us making some damn money.
Okay, well, we're not going to start this on
because you ain't going to start this Trump mess up in here, D.
Now,
Mr. Walker, I thought I told you to tell the D that this is a Democratic radio station.
It literally is 2:50. We only have like a 20-minute for our 5 questions that we have for today.
And we didn't even get to mental health and illness in the news. Okay, this is what we're going to do. D, stop getting us off track. I'm going to do one mental health and illness in the news story, and then we're going to do at least one of these Q&As because this is a very important story. Researchers have found a link between COVID and Alzheimer's disease. A study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease looked at 65 million people aged 65 and older. Senior citizens who had gotten COVID had a greater risk of developing Alzheimer's within a year. This is attributed to the inflammation of the brain caused by COVID. So for those of you out there who have family members that are 65 and older, please do whatever you can to prevent them from getting COVID. Something that we talked about because my in-laws got COVID from the home health care workers coming into the house and not wearing a mask, and gave my 90-year-old father-in-law and my 80-something-year-old mother-in-law COVID. If your loved ones are 65 and older, they are at a much greater risk of developing Alzheimer's within a year after having COVID. I had to cover that.
Yeah, and it's really funny because by me being in a home health agency, I have gotten a lot more consumers that was fine until they caught COVID, and then the long COVID has attacked their heart, their kidneys, their extremities.
Yeah.
So COVID has done, if it didn't take you up out of here, sometimes it did a lot more danger to your heart. Yeah, a lot of damage to your body. Yes, most definitely. Okay, let's get into our QOD.
Yeah, the other mental health and illness in the news kind of applies to both of us, but I think it's not a current event, and we'll cover it next time. Okay, question and answer. My teenage daughter has a reputation for promiscuity. I have no idea why she's so sexually active with boys that she seems to barely know. How do I address this before she leaves for college next year and recreates this reputation? This is a twofold problem, because you have the problem of her being promiscuous, but that is another issue because a lot of young ladies go off to college and ruin their reputation freshman year. Because they're preyed upon, because the upperclassmen are like, ooh, fresh meat. They camp out in the union.
That's even like in high school.
They camp out in the union to see who the new freshman girls are so they can jump on them. And it's a race to see who can sleep with them first. D, what's your answer to this question, though? How should she handle this?
Here we go again with our degrees. I think it is it's some hitting issues there. Somewhere, somehow is what I'm thinking. Or just her trying to get attention, or it's something. It's a hidden issue somewhere.
That has to be figured out first. Rarely are kids just randomly promiscuous. Promiscuity is oftentimes a sign of some level of sexual abuse, being introduced to unhealthy sexuality at a young age, being taught that this is the way that you get attention is through sex. This is the way that you get love. When there isn't a history of sexual abuse, you have to look at what the D also pointed out is young girls realizing that young boys will give attention to them if they are willing to be sexual. And so when you have young girls who are wanting to be accepted by their peer group, meaning kind of seeking popularity, they will use this as a route to that. The problem is they end up popular, but not for the reasons that
not
they
a
are
good
wanting.
Popular, exactly.
And then the young ladies who are not promiscuous end up rejecting them. And so they end up popular with
That's true.
Boys who are pursuing them to have sex. They end up like with a bad reputation.
Yeah.
And so to this mother, my suggestion is first you got to figure out why your child is being promiscuous. Is it just about attention? Is it because there's some sexual abuse that has taken place that has introduced her to unhealthy sexuality and she is acting that out? This is important.
Is it that she's missing her father, or just a male influence?
Looking for her father in any male that shows her attention. So that's the first thing you have to do.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that parents are just capable of figuring this out. I'm saying that if you need to take her to see a professional to assess what is the underlying factors behind the promiscuity, do that. The mistake a lot of parents make is they just start disciplining their child for being promiscuous. I'm gonna beat it out of her. Well,
And you can't.
That's not an appropriate reaction if there's some
Old school parenting.
faulty old school parenting when there are underlying factors that are playing a role in it. The college piece, what I do with my teenage female clients who are struggling with promiscuity and they're about to go to college, I let them know, if you show up on that college campus and you just start like screwing dudes because you want to be accepted and you are dealing with the anxiety of being away from home and you're dealing with the excitement of having freedom from your parents, like you able to now stay out till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, whereas when you were at home you had to be home by midnight. And you're getting all this attention from these college guys and it makes you feel so important and so special because you don't realize that you're getting attention because you're fresh meat, you're freshmen, you're new on the campus, you don't know how foul they are. You don't know their reputation yet. And so they're going to tell you everything that they think you want to hear in order to get you into bed. And what I explain to them is once you climb out of that bed and they begin to tell their friends that, ooh, it worked, it was successful, I got that, and then they come after you and they trying to get that and da-da-da-da-da, and the reputation, it spreads around campus, and then you're looked at and referred to as being a hoe, and that reputation
You have a whole nother bag of baggage,
and it follows you all through college. And then when you get to a point where you're looking at sororities and things like that, and they have blackballed you, and you're like, why am I blackballed? Because they also heard about you sleeping with it, like,
and those are not good characteristics.
Or the basketball team, or half the people in this fraternity and half the people in that fraternity, and they're like, no, you're not a good look for us. You're not a good look. And you end up blackballed. It is sad when people, I knew young ladies who left our school and went to a whole nother university because they couldn't escape. They were trying to escape.
And right now it would really follow, because in our day it wasn't no social media. Now it will follow you.
Oh yeah.
You're not, it's not gonna stop.
We didn't even have cell phones, but
sure
now
didn't.
Young people, and this is something for parents to teach their kids, young people are not able to escape their reputation like kids were back in the day. You can go to the other side of the planet and all it takes is a second for somebody to send a text and all your history shows up where you are. And parents are not doing a good enough job of teaching their kids this.
Is that new school parenting?
This is a flaw in new school parenting. I had a parent this week show me a group text that kids keep including her kid in, and as she was scrolling through it, it was the kids were posting pictures of themselves simulating ejaculatory fluids all over their face.
What?
Simulating, they were using fruit and vegetables to simulate fellatio. I'm talking young males using a banana or a cucumber to simulate oral sex, fellatio. I'm talking, it was so vile.
Oh Lord, I'm glad my baby 33.
And it's like 30 kids in this group. The parent has alerted the school. All the kids did is they closed out that one and started up another. This is the world that we live in with technology, social media, and texting, and so
that's the reason why they're committing suicide,
because they can't escape.
They can't escape.
I'm gonna say this before we go. I know we gotta hurry. A primary symptom that leads to suicidality is the feeling of hopelessness when a person, out of all the symptoms of depression that we have covered on this show, out of all of the symptoms of depression, when a person gets to that symptom of hopelessness, which means that my life is never going to get better, I am never going to escape from this, that is when they are at the greatest risk of suicide. And for young people, when they realize I cannot escape my past, I cannot escape the decisions that I made no matter where I go. My parent has moved me to another school, and because of the ability to text and social media, everything that happened at my previous school has now shown up here. If I cannot escape this, then my life is never going to get better. There is no point in continuing, and that's when they attempt suicide. So parents, whether you old school or new school, do not fail to teach your children how to dodge these landmines, because we live in a world.
That's exactly what they are.
They are landmines, and we live in a world where social media and the internet and just the ability to text plays a key role in kids experiencing the symptom of hopelessness. And they are at risk.
And children not even supposed.
Suicide.
I can't even remember even being in school and elementary, middle school, high school, even in college, and feeling hopelessness.
No,
that wasn't even in my radar. It wasn't. That was the best years of my. That was my best years.
Right. But a lot of kids are experiencing hopelessness.
It's sad.
And it's hard for parents to convince them that their lives will ever be better, because they're like, really? How? I can't escape from this. So, all right. That is our show for today.
Yeah, because we don't have anything that we could do in 3 minutes.
There is nothing that we
because JP talks way too much.
Oh,
I'm feeling the hopelessness that I can ever get a word in.
The D took us off track at least 3 times. Okay, to our listeners and viewers, this is not all my fault. We didn't get through these questions.
But I just want to say, he gonna tell me do not go into the questions, and he just like, well, D, how do you feel about that? Well, JP, you told me not to tell you how I feel about that. Duh.
Oh my goodness. Okay. we have to either
you have more fun
questions
with JP and Stacy D than you do on Speaking the Alpha Perspective.
Don't bring up my podcast. I have to confess, we have fun.
Yeah, we do. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here. Because this is in the middle of my day.
We do have fun. D, we got to either answer these questions next week. Here's what I'm going to do.
We're not even going to be here next week.
We're not going to be here next week.
Or the week after. Oh. But then the week after that is the D's birthday. So we're going to have a birthday party happening. Call in. Give me your birthday salutations.
And as for these questions, I am going to make...
We ain't going to have time for those questions on the 13th.
On our YouTube page, which is Speaking the Unspeakable, and on our TikTok page, which is the same thing, Speaking the Unspeakable, I'm going to answer these questions. D,
why you get to answer the questions?
I'm about to tell you you see what I'm talking about? Did we not cover this earlier? Have your granddaughter show you how to go onto TikTok and put your answer with my answer. It's one video. It's called Duet.
Okay, we're gonna do the duet.
Okay, so I'm gonna answer the questions. The D is gonna give her answer. The only problem is you'll be able to watch and see my answer and then give your answer, but I can't respond and rebuttal to what, because you might say something that I might be like, what the hell, the D? No, she didn't.
You know she will.
That's how we're going to do it. The D is now going to have to learn how to use TikTok. Let me say this. TikTok is addictive.
I know, and I have an addictive personality. Like I was just on a cruise, and they was wanting us to spend $20, and if you spend $20 on a cruise, then you can get $150 off your next cruise. People didn't understand it was a gimmick. No one's only gonna spend $20. I have an addictive personality. I did not go down to the casino. It's gonna be all bad.
Well, let me tell you, I spent all these years avoiding TikTok. I gotta confess.
Now you finna get to the
TikTok.
addicted. Now you done got addicted.
TikTok. So you need to go and look at our TikTok page. I already did some Q&A on there, and then you'll answer these questions on there. D, your grandbaby will teach you. That's our show for
The one
today.
I kicked out the core.
Yeah, that one. Because she's the one with the TikTok page and all the followers.
Yeah, she does.
Right. All right, that's our show for today. Thank you for joining us, and remember, worry about nothing
And pray about everything.
Thank you, and God bless.
Bye-bye now.